Hey, my name is Griffin DeJoy, and I'm here to walk you through my JRMC 7010 final project. For this project, I chose to focus on the new Truist mobile banking app. SunTrust and BB&T finalized their merger this year, so customers from either bank have been forced to switch over to the new Truist platform. While the transition has been relatively seamless, the new customer experience provided by the app leaves something to be desired. While there is nothing inherently wrong with the app in its current state, I felt the new key feature it introduced, Insights, falls short in terms of usability and usefulness, so it's this area specifically that I targeted for my proposed solutions. Before I get into my process, I feel it's important that I explain what exactly Insights are. Insights are a scrolling view of notification messages that highlight things such as large transactions, monthly spending, or cash flow summaries. These messages are often accompanied by a See More option. Tapping on this button takes users to a page dedicated to that particular insight and provides additional information about the nature of the message. If you navigate to the very bottom of that page, there's a 5-star rating system for users to indicate to Truist how helpful that insight was to their experience. In its current form, insights are simply notifications meant to highlight certain transactions and spending habits that serve to make users more aware of their financial activities. With that out of the way, let's get into research. In order to guide my research, I started by creating 2 unique personas for typical Truist customers. Allow me to introduce you to Jane Doe and John Smith. Although the 2 personas represent 2 very different demographics and tax brackets, they share the common interest of saving money and building on their current relationships with the bank. They are also both longtime users who have become accustomed to their previous banking experiences. While they both expect things to change within the new app, they also want the changes to feel worthwhile and rewarding. The next thing I did was create user journey maps. When creating my user journey map, I chose to follow Jane Doe's perspective while she became familiar with the app for the first time. It starts with Jane becoming interested in Truist after the merger is announced. She is unsure what this means to her as a customer. Upon downloading the new app, she is initially confused by some of the changes to the UI. Eventually, she becomes frustrated and feels the changes were unnecessary. Overall, she is disappointed by the new experience and does not feel rewarded, nor does she feel the app is an overall improvement on its predecessor. After creating and analyzing my journey map, I came up with 3 workable solutions. I found myself considering many different ways to explore solutions, so in order to keep my project on track, I created a short list of things I wanted to accomplish, as well as things I wanted to avoid. This list helped me narrow the scope of my proposal and better formulate an idea. Now let's take a peek at the app in its present state. The Insights feature is indicated by a small light bulb located just below the username. This icon is only visible when the insights are available. The insights can be seen further down on the home screen as well. The issue here is twofold. For one, if there aren't new insights to view, this feature can be hard to notice, and users who are unfamiliar with it are unlikely to engage with the content. The second issue is that once on the Insights tab, the notifications themselves occupy a lot of unnecessary space and are relatively boring to look at. This ultimately leaves the Insights feeling unrewarding and provides little reason for the customer to continue using this feature. To address the identified issues, I redesigned Insights around current social media conventions that most users will be familiar with. On the homepage, my primary goal was to make the feature more prominent. I started by moving the notifications icon to the upper right-hand corner, next to the profile icon, where it'll stay permanently. This draws parallels to popular social media apps like Facebook or Instagram. I also moved settings to the upper left corner, further cutting down on negative space that pushed relevant information further to the bottom. Borrowing from Twitter specifically, the individual insights would be formatted similarly to tweets. They occupy significantly less space, meaning users can engage with more content quicker. And visually, the individual notifications will feature more compelling graphics and categorical icons, much like profile pictures you would associate with a tweet, to indicate what types of content the insight relates to. To further push engagement, the insights would include interactive content, like quizzes, that not only help the user learn more about their financial goals, but also provide data that can help improve the app down the road. The insights now include a favorite icon as well as a comment, so that users may save relevant information for later. The app as well can be adjusted in accordance with this data to provide more helpful individual insights. The favorite option is designed to replace the difficult-to-find rating system Truist currently employs. Each insight will now include tags that users can sort by and make sure their content stays relevant to their interests, analogous to a hashtag or a subreddit. Like I said in the beginning, there's nothing inherently wrong with the Truist banking app. It simply does not feel like an improvement on its predecessor. The introduction of Insights seems promising and is a welcome change. However, I do not feel it goes far enough to make a meaningful impact because users may easily overlook it. By building off of existing design conventions normally found on social media, Truist will be more successful in implementing dramatic changes to the platform while preserving user familiarity, as well as encouraging users to engage with the app in new ways. Increased user engagement with Insights will in turn provide Truist with the analytics it needs to make improvements in the future. Thanks for watching. I hope this presentation was at the very least insightful.